Closure property of rational numbers. For any two rational numbers, the sum of those two numbers is always another rational number. So we define for all AB belonging to Q, means for any two rational numbers, A plus B belongs to Q. Just like 2 plus 3 is 5 and 5 is again a rational number. This is called closure law with respect to addition. Closure law with respect to addition means if you add integer to integer, the answer is integer, which is rational. If you add integer to a fraction, the answer is a fraction, which is again a rational number. If you add integer to a recurring decimal, the answer is again going to be a recurring decimal. That will always be a rational number. So this is what is called closure law with respect to addition. And number one, and the product of rational numbers is also a rational number, so we can write A times B. The product of two rational numbers also belongs to Q. This is called closure law with respect to multiplication. Next law which we are going to study is called commutative law. Commutative law or commutative property. And for commutative law, for all AB belonging to Q, means for any two rational numbers, A plus B is same as B plus A. While adding numbers, if you switch over their places, the answer doesn't change. This means that the commutative law with respect to addition is true for rational numbers. This is called commutative law with respect to addition. And it's the true if we take product of A with B or B with A, the answer is same, like 5 times 7 is 35 and 7 times 5 is also 35. So that's called commutative law with respect to multiplication. Next, we study associative law. Associative law. And for associative law, we always take 3 numbers. So this time we are going to take for all A, B, C belonging to Q, A plus B plus C means if you take sum of B and C, it's same as taking the sum of A and B first and then adding the sum to C. This is with respect to addition, and A times B C is equal to AB into C. This is called with associative law with respect to multiplication. Same thing here and here. And now identity element. Identity element. There is a number in the set of rational numbers which, when added to another rational number, doesn't make any difference. The answer is still the same number, and that number of course is 0. So we say that for all A belonging to Q means for any rational number there is 0 belonging to rational number such that A plus 0 or 0 plus A is again A. Here 0 is called additive identity. 0 is called additive identity element. So which number with respect to multiplication will not make any difference? That is, for all A belonging to Q means for any rational number there is 1 belonging to Q such that A time 1 or 1 time A, the answer is again going to be A. So 1 in this case is called multiplicative identity. 1 is called multiplicative identity. Inverse elements. Again, we are going to discuss inverse element with respect to addition and inverse element with respect to multiplication and addition separately. So with respect to addition, for all A belonging to Q, there is minus A belonging to Q, which when added to A, it will give us the additive identity. For here A plus minus A or minus A plus A, doesn't matter, you add it from left or right side because the commutative law is already true. The answer is additive identity, which is 0. And with respect to multiplication, for all non-zero, that is important, for all non-zero A belonging to Q mean for any non-zero rational number there is A inverse, which is in fact equal to 1 over A belonging to Q, such that A time 1 over A or 1 over A time A, it should give us the identity element, which is 1 multiplicative identity. These are the primary properties of rational numbers, and we still have to discuss the distributive property or distributive property. A distributive property combines addition and multiplication. So this time we are going to take 3 elements. For all A, B, C belonging to Q, A time B plus C is equal to, this gets distributed over B and C. So this will be A time B plus A time C. Okay, properties of inequality. Properties inequality. Equality. Okay, with respect to inequality, we have properties with respect to addition and subtraction, and properties with respect to multiplication and division. So first we are going to consider an inequality for all a, b belonging to Q. Means for any two rational numbers, if a is less than b, just like 2 is less than 3. In this case, a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3. A plus c is less than b plus c, and a minus c is less than b minus c. What really it means is that if you have the inequality and you add a constant number on both sides, which is in this case is c, we added c on the left side, we added c on the right side, it doesn't change the inequality. A plus c is still less than b plus c, and if you subtract a number, the same thing, it doesn't alter the inequality. So for all ab belonging to Q, if a is less than b, then a plus c is also less than b plus c, and a minus c is less than b minus c. With respect to multiplication, a c is less than bc for c greater than 0, means this property will only hold for positive values. Just like if you have 2 is less than 3 and you multiply 4 on both sides, 2 times 4 is less than 3 times 4. So this will be 8 and this will be 12, and you can clearly see that this property is holding because the multiplying number was positive. AC is, in fact, now we are going to reverse the inequality, will become greater than BC when C is less than 0. It is very important to understand that if you have an inequality and you multiply a negative number on both sides, the inequality will change the sign. For example, 2 is less than 3. If you multiply minus 3 on both sides or minus 4 on both sides, 2 times minus 3 and here 3 times minus 3, you can clearly see that 2 times minus 3 is what? Minus 6, and 3 times minus 3 is what? Minus 9. So which comes on the left side? Minus 9 comes on the left side. So in this case, minus 6 is greater than minus 9. This means that in the inequality, when you multiply with a negative number, the inequality sign will change. And next property we have is called the transitive property. Transitive property. And the transitive property is if for all A, B, C belonging to Q, means for any 3 rational numbers, if A is less than B and B is less than C, then A is less than C without any reference to B. Just like 2 is less than 4 and 4 is less than 6, this means 2 must be less than 6 as well.